Over to Barrett. And the Mad Hatters are back in control from their own zone. Eels gain their first line change of the game. Ty Elzinga pressing ahead. He can only get to the Atlanta blue line before the Mad Hatters take over. It's steered down the far wing by Motlick. Motlick steps into the left circle, save Vatanov. Down he goes on his backside. Backhand shot, and they score. The Mad Hatters with a quick goal from Ethan Barber on the near post, and it's 1-0, 1:09 into regulation. Mad Hatters goals are junior hockey goals, so we see a lot of those souvenirs given out to the players, and that's another one of them. The Eels gain the offensive zone, but the loose change is collected by Vincent Myers behind the net. Eels out to neutral with Nikita Shevyev. Shevyev stashing up the right dasher for Dominic Doyle. Doyle puts the give and go on to Philip Nyberg with a wind and fire. That's straight to the breadbasket of Ryan Tolbert. Played for the Florida Junior Blades last season here in the USPHL, but made the trip across town to play for the Eels. And it doesn't take him too long to find his first goal of this 2024-25 season. Puck finds its way over to Philip Vatanov, and he paddles off to his left as we get the call downstairs. It's an unassisted goal for Robert Goal. And it's Thomas Payne over on the far point with a flick of the wrist. That gets deflected in front of traffic down to the right corner. So again, it's a 1-1 game as we have played 4:50 of regulation. Bertrand standing in at the right circle. He's pressured by William Grogan into the corner. Snapped out to center ice. Plenty of open room for Camden Long. Kuznets rolling up on Long. Eels back from square one. It's Cartier. Gang finesse leads to a quick break for Atlanta, and the save from Philip Vatanov. It's a one-hop on the face-off going to Logan Singley, and Singley lowers it to the far corner. William Grogan on the half wall, crosses up. He's intercepted by Stepan Kuznets. Barrett from the near corner surveys his options. And he's able to find Tyson Gagnon at the opposite side of the zone. Puck lying on the blue line. That's won by the Eels. Stantona trying to go straight ahead to Cleeman Lee. A bit too much muscle on the feeder. Stabbed at on the far circle. A couple of moments gone by for Gagnon. Slides out to the front of net. Now Elzinga whiffing on his attempt from the blue line. And Vincent Myers is able to take advantage. Gagnon with a point shot. Tolbert sticking out the blocker for the save. Rebound a mile away from Elzinga. Elzinga reunited with control. Goes straight down for a heart to the front, and Kuznets blasted one into the mesh netting. Morning Hockey, we thank you for tuning in, wherever that may be from. Nick Rush giving you the call here on FloHockey. And it's early for us here on the East Coast, but for those of you maybe a little further out west, it's in the lead prior to the game. He said he got the energy drinks going very early before the sun even came up. It's Cartier from the center circle for the Eels. Oh, he gave it right away, and it's a mad scramble in front of the net. But Vatanov remains strong, and the puck ricochets over on the far side. Paxton Campbell from behind the net stings it up the near glass. McMahon loses the battle to Grogan. Grogan has a point shot. Vatanov looks like he caught a piece of that attempt. And it's Barrett not able to dump it out. So we'll start this out from the far side. Stalgety at the blue line. Gives it to Grogan. Now back across to Andrew Hale. Hale shuffling around at the right circle. Pulls the string with a shot. And Vatanov smothers it. And it looks like they're just going to restart it from the beginning. The Eels get an immediate clearance. I think Tolbert put his hand up before remembering his team's on the power play. So again, it's a roughing call on Bertrand as the Mad Hatters fly into the enemy ice. It's Andrew Hale speeding off of the back wall, and he loses an edge on a skate. And this is one of those moments you'd like to have that downstairs microphone to figure out what the heck is going on. But we are finally back to play, and the Mad Hatters cycle it behind the net. Back up top, able to get there in time is William Grogan. And Grogan goes off to his right for Dougherty. Near side circle, and the shot from Motlick is shut down by Vitanov. So it's Neal's face-off victory. It's Elzinga muscling it up to the near point for Henri Dougherty. Dougherty surveys his options and finds a man in the left circle. That's Grogan. Grogan playing catch with Dougherty. It's Dougherty curling off to his right with a shot, and they score. Henri Dougherty from a mile away. He beat out Vitanov over the blocker side, and it's a 5-on-3 power play goal, cutting the Mad Hatters' deficit to 1. It was a pretty clean game last night in the 7 p.m. time frame, but you know, maybe still a bit of fatigue after last night. Maybe some more mental mistakes will come into play. Circle-to-circle pass going to Motlick. That shot rung the iron. You could hear the ding all the way up here in the booth. Motlick catches the bounce back. And now it's at the midpoint for Dougherty. Dougherty with some great ice time in this first period. Cartier is out of the box. It's now 5-on-4 for the next minute and a half. Redirected into the right corner. Now to the low slot. Upstairs shot. Oh, that's right on the crease, and the Eels flail it out of the zone and all the way down to Ryan Tolbert. Down to your final 4:10 of this first period. And wiping out on the far half wall is Zanana. Eels have a face-off just outside their zone. Tossed up to Gage Krause. Krause crossing up to William Grogan, and that stays just on top of the blue line. Grogan, wide side to Hale, and Hale gets overturned by Paxton Campbell, but he can't clear it. Hale from the sharp angle trails to Gage Krause with 33 seconds to go on the penalty to Neil Hart of the Eels. Right circle ripper, kick save made, rebound doesn't go. Hale couldn't get the stick down in time, and it's rifled back up to the right point. Forced out to neutral by Campbell. It's Nikita Shevyev running up on the puck to the left circle. He shoots. Oh, and that defender caught every inch of it. That was Thomas Payne taking the sacrifice, and another penalty is signaled. On the ice. Eels back from square one. Puck was too hot to handle for Colin McMahon out at center. And we're down to your final minute of the first period. Some tremendous speed on display by David Motlick. But the puck gets away from him. Now skated up to by Kirtle. Kirtle flies the puck in deep. Underneath the goal line on the far side. There it is, Grogan. Grogan spins it to the near half wall. Singley trying to get open. He's tended to by D'Antona. The midpoint, it's Joey Bledsoe. Bledsoe able to work his way past Nikita Shevyev, wrap around, centered out in front. Vitanov makes a save, but the penalty is called. Looks like this goes against Nikita Shevyev of the Eels. Eels had 3 infractions in the first period, but I tell you what, it felt like a heck of a lot more. And the Mad Hatters power play has arrived as it's into the left circle for William Grogan. Grogan trailing his way to the corner, now climbs into the left circle, and Hart goes down trying to clear for the Eels. Second try is successful. Henri Dalgety resting behind the Mad Hatters net. Dalgety skating across the blue line. Pokes it off to his left to William Grogan. And Grogan rims around to bring Vitanov out of his net. It's sticked into the left circle for Andrew Hale, and they score. Mad Hatters with their second power play of the game, and they have erased a 3-1 deficit. We've got a tied-up game.
Changes for the Hatters. Here comes Parker. Parker stops, lays it off. Bouncing puck. Here's Parker again. Parker's going to get a look, but that gets poked away by Mason. Parker, poked from him. Kept in by Zwerblia. He takes a shot. Here's Mason. Mason gets the red line, dumps it down, gives chase. Gunko first on the puck. Back to the point. Here's Singley, decided not to shoot and threw it back in the corner. Down hard on the ice goes a Hatter. He took Gunko with him. First there is Stevens. Stevens now. T makes a strong defensive play to thwart the 3-on-2. Payne. And he takes a bump. Nothing for a man named Payne. Motlick kept it in and thrown towards the corner. Here's Motlick. Hatters trying to find some life here like they had in the first period. Dalgety, Henri. Chance for Zwerblia here. Zwerblia throws it in front, just tipped away by Dalgety. Had a man cutting there. Here's Motlick. Motlick round the side with speed. Motlick saved by Trantis. This is back to the point. Walking in and burying the biscuit. Not sure if it got redirected or not, but that was Grogan with the roll bar like the old days of the Patriots, walking in and ripping it. It's nice to see. That slides over, picked up Mason, snapped onto the stick of Motlick. 1-on-3, too much for him. He gives Pescatelli a shot, steals it, lays it over to Mason. Here's Grogan. Grogan walking in. Oh, not sure if Trantis got a piece of it or not. Pescatelli tangles, as does Bolte, as does Mason. Out comes the Hatters. He's got a look here. Oh, and a strong defensive play by Dasuki. And speed down the wing, stopping, but he gets bumped off the puck. Grogan, oh, unfortunately Grogan's stick got stuck in the boards. Not sure if it's broke or not. He went to go back, and that goes up into the netting. Bouncing puck, Oxenford. Oxenford. And he enters his own, throws one on. And that's covered by Janik. But we still got a long way to go in this one. Sista down hard on the ice. It looks like the turf bit him on that one. And that bouncing puck goes down low. First on the puck is Dasuki. Just coming off the bench was Payne, and he sends it back in, but the Hatter's not out of the zone yet. Picked up. Tremlett drops it down below. Picking it up is Long. Long takes a hook. No arm goes up. We play on. Picked up by P. P shakes it off and heads up the ice to Swerbley. Swerbley's got a man cutting. And Geyer. Here's Swerbley. Dasuki down low. Stadler sets up Thomas. Blocked by Dalgety. Tic-tac-toe. That was beauty by the Cane. And Swerbley tangles with Grogan. Now Swerbley gets stood up, and a great defensive play there to separate his man from the puck. And here's Mason, 2-on-1. He takes a whack. Dasuki with the play to eradicate the threat. "20 seconds to go. Stadler takes a whack. Payne picks the puck up. 15, 14.
Hatters, Grogan passing it ahead, looking for Barber. Simpkins trying to play it, gets deflected. This one played by Nunez, gets tripped up, and just as quickly as the Mad Hatters go on the power play, they will go on the penalty kill for slashing. This one, McDuffie hangs on to it, finally gets over to Barbara. Barbara trying to leave it for Katie. Katie gets it to Simpkins. Simpkins leaves it across to Barbara. Gets taken, though, by Grogan on the Mad Hatters. Grogan trying to play it ahead for Modlek. Modlek leaves it for Grogan. Grogan going over the blue line. Grogan, Katie to beat Grogan with the shot, goes wide. Katie will now take it behind the net. Leaves it back for Barbara. Barbara trying to find a lane. Passes it to McDuffie, who's gotten it over the red line. Taking it back, though, passes it to Katie. The Battalion and the Atlanta Mad Hatters. Face-off going to be won originally by Atlanta. They do finally pick it up, and they try to get it around the corner there. Bolt City looking for a redirect, but it will instead be poked away by Tolbert. Katie taking it for the Battalion, leaving it for Virgos. Virgos has this one taken by Gagnon. Katie, though, going to take it back for the Battalion right before what looked like Thomas Payne could get to it. Katie gets it over the blue line, trying to leave it, unable to do so. Katie trying to get a shot off, but it will be redirected by Vincent Myers, who now takes it over the red line. Vincent Myers over the blue line. Vincent Myers being met by Nunez and Virgos. Trying to get a shot away, not on target. Atlanta hanging on to this puck. This one flipped ahead by the Battalion, and it will be kept in Atlanta possession by Modlek. Atlanta now taking it up ice. It's Gagnon. Had a shot redirected by Wolverton. LeBlanc poking away at it for the Battalion. LeBlanc gets the puck back from Katie. LeBlanc passing it ahead, looking for Cameron Myers. Cameron Myers flips it over the red line, and he's chasing after it, but it will be taken by Grogan on the Mad Hatters. Grogan taking it up ice, looking for a shot. Score! William Grogan gets on the board for the Atlanta Mad Hatters, and for the first time tonight, Atlanta has the lead. What's there to say? William Grogan just had the speed, and he got the angle on the Battalion defense. Here comes the face-off. Grogan will win it for Atlanta. Modlek poking away at it. Bolt City, however, had it for a second. And Nunez getting it over the blue line. Nunez with Kramer to his right. The shot save made by Tolbert, and Atlanta brings this back up ice. Atlanta with a shot and redirected and hitting the ceiling off of the redirect by Wolverton. Will face off against Grogan, and it'll be won by the Battalion in front of their own bench. Barbara gets this one poked away by Grogan. This one flipped ahead by the Mad Hatters, back into the stick of Dalgety. Loses it. McDuffie trying to get to the net, but he's forced up the far side. Gets it stolen back by the Mad Hatters. Ingram lays a good hit along the boards, but now it'll be taken back again by the Mad Hatters. Flipping it ahead is Bledsoe. Bledsoe has it played. Ingram now taking the puck, putting it along the boards, and Singley trying to get it back for the Mad Hatters. Nunez going to play it, though, for the Battalion. McDuffie back looking for Nunez. Dougherty gets it ahead to Motlek, but the Battalion managed to poke it back to the Bledsoe again, loses it to Katie. Katie trying to find Myers, who loses it, and it'll be called for icing